I've said recently that we need to make some moves ASAP. Not at the deadline, not in the offseason, as soon as possible. And that's because our lineup has been suffering. We're 5th, I think, in weighted runs created plus, but we're 22nd in runs scored. That's very concerning because it says that we have a pretty good offense, but we're not scoring any runs. So I don't know what that tells you, but that tells me that our lineup construction sucks. And for the most part, most of our offense has been dragging us down. And this especially includes Jason Castro, Martin Maldonado, and Yuli Gurriel. And we're about to head to New York in a few weeks, and we're going to face the Mets and the Yankees, who, as it stands right now, are the only teams with 40 wins. We need to make a move as soon as possible, right before this really important stretch, and I have a few ideas. My first idea involves Willson Contreras, who I've said we need to trade for in order to make a deep run of the playoffs, but we're also going to tack on Clint Frazier, who I've been pretty high on for a long time now, and he just got designated for assignment by the Cubs. So Cubs, we know you want to get rid of him. We'll take him for you. We'll make it a package, Willson Contreras and Clint Frazier. In return, we're going to give Corey Lee, Jose Siri, and Taylor Jones. Willson Contreras makes the case for himself. I don't even need to get too much into it. He's an all-star. He's probably going to be an all-star again. He's been absolutely raking this year on a team that's not been very impressive. And he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. So that makes him the perfect trade candidate, the perfect rental candidate. So the Cubs will be looking to trade him away. It's just how much are they trying to trade him away for? Clint Frazier, again, he's just been DFA'd. The Cubs are looking to get rid of him. As for the Astros return, they're giving their number 1 ranked catching prospect. He's been crushing it in AA last year. He hasn't really found the bat in AAA yet, but it's only a matter of time, and he's got a lot of time. He's really young. He's controlled, obviously. And another guy who's on control is Jose Siri, who's going to be headed to Chicago in this trade. Siri is one of baseball's best defensive outfielders. There's nothing else to say about it. He's second to none and tied with Christian Pache amongst outfielders in outs above average, if the tweet that I read earlier today is not false. I trust it, so I think that's true. So if it is true, the Cubs at the very least are going to get an elite defensive outfielder who's top like 5, at worst 10 in sprint speed. He's got elite sprint speed, and he's under control for the Cubs. He's a huge upgrade from Clint Frazier, who Frazier's been hitting the ball better, but Frazier does not have that speed and he does not have that defense, which I guess is why they're letting him go, because Frazier's also below average in offense. So, yeah. And Taylor Jones, I mean, you guys can just take him, to be honest. I've been trying to get rid of him since the Tatis thing, but at the same time, he had pretty good numbers in AAA last season. Hasn't found it this year. He's a risk-free investment, to be honest, because you're getting an upgrade in outfield with Siri for Frazier, and you're getting a guy in Corey Lee who, you know, at the very least, if he doesn't work out, you could try to make a bid for Contreras again this season. You're not going to need him for this season. You're not competing. Corey Lee, you could bring him up. He could showcase himself. If you don't like what you see, you could just sign him to an extension. There's no loss in trading for Corey Lee and Jose Siri and Taylor Jones. You would think that after I made a video saying that we need to trade for Josh Bell, that my second idea would involve Josh Bell, but turns out there's a better fit, and his name is CJ Cron. CJ Cron has been playing great, and he's going to be a tough loss for the Rockies, but let's be real here. The Rockies aren't competing for a championship this year, if they're not going to be competing next year. In all likelihood, if he stays in Colorado, he's not going to play for a championship. You might as well use that extra year of value and get your investment return up. That's why for CJ Cron, I'm offering up JJ Matijevic. Matijevic has been absolutely raking in AAA this season, and he's been raking at every other level in the minor leagues as well. I'm going to be honest, I don't want to give up JJ Matijevic. He's been doing amazing in the minor leagues this year, and he's been doing amazing at every other level as well. But if you want a guy like CJ Cron, you're going to have to give a big investment, and our farm just isn't that deep. The thing is, our window is now and for years to come. The Rockies, they're not going to compete now. They're not going to compete next year. They might compete in 4 years, though. And who are they going to have after this trade? They're going to have a polished up Matijevic who's still controlled for years to come. they're going to have an outstanding first baseman for the right amount of time in the right time frame. Whereas the Astros, they're going to have CJ Cron, who's at the top of his game for the right time frame. And they're going to give themselves a few years to let their farm system, sneak in with another surprise and give us another piece of talent. It's a win-win for both sides. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to stay tuned for more of whatever this video is, feel free to subscribe right here. If you guys just want to check out some more videos right now, this is my most recent upload. Again, thank you guys for watching, and as always, it is Stro season all season.